Yo, I'm Zino.
I'm Dino, and this is the Primo Bro Show.
Episode 2 of what the hell's our show called again?
The Primo Bro Show.
Well, yeah, but it's also
Oh.
Rustle Your Jimmies.
Exactly.
It's featuring today's episode, Invaden der Hosen, or When Pants Attack. Unfortunately,
DVD.
we got is German, but it only made the titles German. So When Pants Attack showed up as Invaden der Hosen. Me and Dino were very confused.
It's only the titles, too.
Yeah, like why couldn't they have found a German Jimmy? What the hell?
Brain blasted. Yeah.
Brains and blasting.
Okay.
We both have a good chunk of notes. Why don't you start us off, Dino?
So the beginning of the episode, Jimmy and Carl they're exploring, testing out one of Jimmy's new machines, and he's like, "Hey, Carl, hey, Jimmy, why am I wearing this?" And Jimmy's like, "You're testing out the catastrophic whatever." And he's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "No, Carl, it's just like
It's
if
fine.
it happens,
It's fine. It works. Don't worry about it."
And Carl's like, thanks, Jimmy." And I wrote like, Carl just wants to be included. He just wants to be around. He doesn't care if he contributes a lot. He just wants to be there.
Jim, I see this button as a picture of me with a gun pointing to it. I appear to be spewing blood. Yeah, of course, Carl. Go ahead and press that button.
Boom. That's pretty dark for this kid's show,
The
but
show ends. The only thing I wrote about the beginning is that I truly love how oblivious Carl is to just literally everything.
yeah,
He
it's pretty
doesn't
great.
understand anything. Like he joined Jimmy on this journey, like to just hang out and go around through town.
Yeah.
He didn't even ask what they were doing. He's just like, yeah. All right, Jim.
No, that's why I said he just wants to be included. He is just very content with just being around his friends. That's all he needs.
And speaking of introductions, I love that when the very first thing Sheen does when going on screen is just being like super manic and like kind of panicky about Ultra Lord.
Yeah. Well, I love how he has like every Ultra Lord, but I love that the one that he has that talks that is a manufacturer's error where it is Ultra Lord, but it has like this teenage girl's voice. That is probably extremely like valuable.
Yeah, I'll bet. Like anything
that's
that's like beefed, but also in a funny way is like insanely funny.
Yeah. No, I love that. Okay, well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. There's things we need to talk about before this.
You're right.
Like,
I'm so sorry.
Why does Jimmy have so many pants? There's literally a dome of pants. Like
There was a sale. His mom was just like, "Oh goodness, the House of Blue Jeans is having a sale. 50 cents a pair."
It doesn't
She
make
had
any
a 20
sense.
on her.
They
don't give change at the House of Blue Jeans.
Yeah. So that she
Baron
had to
Big
buy.
Blue Jeans.
So she had to buy all the pants. Yeah. No, that was just my question. It's like, why so many pants? Yeah.
It was an everything must go sale.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they only sold one size and one type of pants.
I mean, at least in this show, they show Jimmy's closet, and it actually shows that all of his clothes, including his pants and his shirt, are literally the exact same.
Oh, of course. I don't think I've seen a cartoon where a character wears different clothes. Like, unless there's like a school uniform or something.
Anime, there's some that wear different clothes. There's some characters that change clothes, but yeah, a lot of cartoons, most characters they wear the same exact outfit. But what I'm talking is how they actually show that all of his outfits are the same, and it's just like it's funny to me.
You know when I first noticed that? I remember I was watching, I think it was Disney Channel at the time. They were showing cartoons. And I hated the show because I didn't like Pepper Ann at all because it wasn't funny or entertaining to me as like a wee lad, like 5 or 6.
Pepper Ann. Blah, 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 blah.
Frick, that was the theme song. But I remember her like opening the closet and there's like 50 of the same outfit, and I'm like, am I doing something wrong? I have like different clothes.
Dude, remember in the last episode how we talked about that kid that just loved wearing mismatched clothes?
That was me. I identified much more with that kid.
It all connects. Like, why else would he be so happy about wearing mismatched clothes? It's because he wears the same thing every day.
Every day.
He's in purgatory, and his hell is wearing the same outfit every day.
I don't know. Nowadays, I feel like wearing the same outfit every day is just like everyone accepts it because like work uniforms.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this sucks.
No.
And what notes you got, homie?
Okay. So next, because Carl hangs out with him, and Carl's just like talking to him, you know, like two things. One, I want to keep a count in this series of how many medical issues Carl has. So
that's right, because he has like a hernia or something.
Yeah.
Aren't you like 11?
Yeah.
I need to look this up right now.
They're 11.
It is 11 too young to get a hernia. Hernia for teens. Epic.
Oh, wow, it's a new book. Hernia for teens. Hernia for dummies.
If you're a guy, you probably know the drill by now. The doctor snaps on a latex glove and tells you turn your head and cough.
Stop.
Why do we have to do this?
Please stop. I don't want to talk about physicals. Or teenagers getting physicals.
Wow. I want to get off this topic, but there are... Oh boy, there's a lot of types of hernias. Like, wow. The more you know.
The more you know. Okay, anyway, the next note I have about it is... so Carl just like throws a ton of shade at Jimmy, but it's kind of brushed under the rug. So Carl's like, after his mom is like, James Isaac Neutron, pick up your pants. Like, come on. and Jimmy's like, no, I'm gonna build an invention to make my pants do it themselves. And Carl's like, why don't you just pick up your pants and hang them yourself, Jim? And it's like, dang, Carl, you tell him, man.
Carl is the true genius of the show.
He is. Like,
it should have been Jimmy Neutron, comma, boy genius, and he's next to him in the logo.
Yeah. Well, Carl is. This is why Carl's my favorite character. And so far, we watched the movie and the first episode so far. Carl's still my favorite character out of like the whole show.
Yeah. He gets a lot more sassy in the show, and I kind of like that. He gets a little confidence. It goes to his head.
I mean,
okay, it's all downhill from there.
Do you remember the episode where like I can't even talk about it right now because it's just like it's such a weird thing. But there's an episode where Carl gets like he wears sunglasses, gets a bowl haircut, and wears like super fancy clothes, something like that. We'll get there one day, but and then the folding and hanging song. It's beautiful.
It's classic for the ages.
Folding and hanging.
I love that the moment Jimmy realizes that this can only get worse, he's like, yeah, you should really go home, Carl. And he's like, oh yeah, door's over there, Carl.
He's like, hey, Carl, isn't llamas on tonight? And Carl's like, oh yeah, Bahama llamas is the theme for tonight's episode. That's
my favorite flavor of snow cone.
I wonder like how much llamas impact their economy, because they're apparently a pretty big deal in
at least to Carl.
Yeah, but like they had it at the petting zoo. They have a whole TV show around llamas.
Well, here's the question: is it a local show, or is it like a show that's just on like network television? Because that tells us a lot about the Jimmy Neutron universe.
I mean, that's my question. How much does this impact the economy? And if Carl stays on this path, will he himself be like the owner of llamas? Who knows?
Exactly. It's a true mystery.
Yeah.
Okay. My next note is.
I was gonna say.
Did you see Jimmy's reaction when Miss Foul's skirt flew away?
Yes, I literally have. Jimmy looked way too excited to see Miss Foul without a skirt on.
He was pogging, dude. He was like, bro!
Everybody else was like, ugh. And Jimmy was like, yeah. Apparently.
I followed up by the line, I sense a disturbance in my pants, ma'am, is...
Wait, what?
They knew. Because like a minute or two later, his pants start acting up, right? And he's doing the shuffle, right?
Yeah.
He's dancing, his legs are moving, and then Miss Fall's like, Jimmy, are you all right? And he goes, I sense a disturbance in my pants, ma'am. Cut this out. Just cut this out.
Anyway.
I really like that there's a pants virus. Like, it's not even a technology thing. They're just straight up infecting them like with some sort of virus. It's not a computer virus. The other pants didn't have a chip.
Okay, the funniest joke for me. Well, one, Sheen has an amazing quote. When Cindy is waiting to see if Jimmy's there or not. First of all, she is so obsessed with Jimmy. It's not even funny.
Oh, absolutely. I love that what's her name? Libby
Cindy,
calls her out in the first like 5 seconds. She's like, "Girl, you got a problem."
Yeah. I love Libby. She's awesome. She's
a great character.
She's a great character. But one thing that Sheen says is like, because he's introducing his Ultra Lord, his Ultra Lord toy, and then Cindy's like, you bring one every day, and Sheen is like, well, Miss Maiden of Wrongness, and I was like, dang, that's pretty funny.
I did not hear that line. That's really good.
Yeah. And I just like, because I write the actual quotes, so Miss Maiden of Wrongness, yeah.
I do. There is like something I noticed like when I was watching the show, is that whenever there's like something even slightly complicated like that would happen, they cut away from it, and it's honestly pretty smart because they don't got all day. This was like heavily crunched, if I'm not mistaken. So, like,
yes.
The pants like landing on the hanger, cut it. Just like you hear the sound effect and then you cut to it. Perfect, done. Oh, all their pants got ripped off. Oh, cut away, and now they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, they're walking away. Okay, perfect. Yes, excellent.
I did notice that. That's actually really genius.
If I were an animator on Jimmy Neutron and I was given 7 hours to animate the pants disappearing, guess what? It's getting cut.
Sir, we need to cut some time. You know, just like a minute or two of the episode. Cut the pants. Just cut the pants.
The whole pants, like with scissors? No, the scene.
You're an animator. What are you doing?
This is the actual life of just any animator, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. One of my next favorite quotes. So I got 2 more quotes. This one is Cindy says, "I see London, I see France." You know, like making the joke about seeing underpants. And then Carl says, "You got really good eyesight."
Which is something Carl would say because he wears glasses and he
exactly
doesn't really have good eyesight.
And you know, Carl's actually just really schooling her in the art of sarcasm, because obviously, you know, she can't actually see London or France, but Carl's just playing into the joke. This is you know, why Carl is a genius.
Yes, it's why Carl's really truly a genius. See, he's like Carl Pilkington, honestly.
What? Who?
Do you know who Carl Pilkington is?
I don't think so.
He's got a head like a freaking orange. No, he's so Ricky Gervais, that really cringy, annoying guy that apparently he has a show.
You mean Ricky Gervais?
Is that how to pronounce Ricky? Yeah, his last name.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce his name? Oh, there's a clip. Perfect. He says Gervais.
Thank you.
So, wait, which one did I say it was?
You said...
so Ricky Gervais. You're right.
We actually have this recorded, so we have proof of who said it right.
You're right. So play the clip of me saying it. Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais. Now replace it with me saying Ricky Gervais. And now I was right. And now cut to me saying, see, I got it right. And then you say, oh, this sucks. I was wrong the whole time.
Yeah. Shut up. I'm not doing that, you idiot.
I love forcing you to edit me being right.
you're such a bully older brother. I can't believe this. Man, this sucks.
I'm hacking your computer to edit this together.
Oh no, he's in the put the hacker man.
He's in the mainframe.
Okay,
he's hacking my GPU blades.
Hey, do you know Hugh Neutron's middle name?
No, does he say it in this episode?
I know his middle name.
What's his middle name?
Judy Neutron says Hugh Gomat Neutron. His middle name is Gomat.
What is that? What is the descent of Gomat? What country's surname is Gomat?
Well,
it's
a middle name, so it wouldn't be his surname.
Oh, that's a good point.
Men don't have maiden names.
You're right.
Zino.
You're right.
Come on.
I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. I'll edit in you being right again.
Ricky Gervais. Thank you.
You're making my job.
I did notice something about Hugh Neutron though.
Yes.
He's based because he likes sushi.
He does like sushi.
He's a man of culture. He knows culture.
I love how he explains sushi too. He just like gets super into sushi, man.
He talks about how like flesh rots, which implies that he knows what flesh does when it rots, which could have some positive implications, maybe some negative ones. We'll see.
He just loves ducks and sushi. So
he knows what a dead duck looks like and what its flesh does when after it's been hit with a 12 gauge from a mile away. He knows all too well. But you see, this is also why he sticks to fruit pies, because he could do meat pies if he wanted to, but he knows what happens to them.
Is he really?
It truly horrifies him.
Is he Sweeney Todd?
He's swinging something around without those pants on.
Okay, I love that. He tries to get the neighbors to join in on his pantsless thing, and then
his reckless pantsless abandon.
Exactly. But then he goes inside, and they hear the report about the pants being taking over, and he's like, this is my last quote. Do you think this could have anything to do with Jimmy's self-folding pants? And like, he's really kind of dumb, but he's very self-aware. He's very
he knows that he knows why, but he doesn't know why.
I'm gonna send you a picture of a scene that I'm very much in love with. That if we were doing regular thumbnails, this is what it would be. But since we're gonna stick with a theme, it's not gonna be this. But that'll get to you in just a second. So just be prepared for a picture of Hugh Neutron and Judy Neutron. Hugh Gomat Neutron.
Hugh Gomat Neutron.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Carl has an uncle from Texas.
He does, which he points out.
Yeah, exactly. Which it was another conversation with Cindy, and I really like how Carl just how he treats everybody. I love Carl. He's the best character in my opinion.
I love that he knows about the Lederhosen market conditions. Because okay, so they're talking about the pants store, right? They're like, oh my gosh, they're gonna go for the House of Pants, and then Carl's just like, yeah, it used to be the House of Lederhosen, but that appeals to a very small market. And Jimmy's just like, he just brushes him off. But I know Jimmy was thinking, why does he know that? How did he know that?
I mean, makes you think.
I also like that Carl brought up a good point that this is all Jimmy's fault, like in its entirety. And then Sheen is just like, hey, Carl's got a point. Why are you so lazy, Jimmy?
Yeah, and Jimmy's like, we are going to have no further communication.
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about how it sucked. We're not talking about how this is my fault. Shut up. I'm not owned.
Exactly. No, it's funny. Like earlier, in the episode, Carl says, why don't you just pick up your pants? And then later on, Sheen and Carl are both like, yeah, Jimmy, what the heck, dude? You've caused an apocalypse of pants. A pantsalypse.
Yeah. This was all truly preventable. But honestly, I kind of like that most of the things that happen to Jimmy are entirely his.
Oh, 100%. It's like, and then a lot of the villains, because like it turns into a show where there's reoccurring villains, and I love it. Like the guy who can't finish anything, I love him so much. But that's a good villain for this show. But I love that. Yeah, pretty much every episode, I'm pretty sure, is Jimmy's fault.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, maybe except for like some of the space pirate stuff, but like, really, that wasn't. He provoked them. I'm just gonna say that.
He did. Yeah. No, he at least does something to provoke or gain the interest of these beings, of these creatures, of these eldritch horrors of this Jimmy Neutron universe where they can breathe in space.
I'd also just like to say in general, like, can we just talk about how good the comedic timing is in this show?
Oh.
Like, every joke feels like it lands.
Like, you know, normally nowadays everybody just laughs like heavily through the nose. I can't point them out right now, but throughout the episode I laughed 3 or 4 times, like actually laughed. And that's actually pretty hard to do sometimes, because the comedic timing is so important.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Xavier Renegade Angel in the sense that like there's enough jokes going on in a single scene that like you'll be laughing at the main joke, then you'll think about something someone said and you'll just kind of chuckle to yourself like, why did they say that? Why did they say it like that? You know,
my favorite episode to this day of Xavier Renegade Angel is still the gangster episode.
That's the second episode.
It's so good. I don't know if we should do a because it's not really a good show to talk about, but doing like
I completely disagree. Just thinking of like, because there's so many stupid. Okay, this is gonna turn.
Okay, I'm saying it's a good show to do like a live stream watch along. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's utter chaos when you do that.
But that's the show.
It's true.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to talk about a single line that the mother said.
Okay.
Because I was gonna write down in the notes like, oh, the Pants are invading and they're doing the stuff that the birds do in that one Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Yes.
And then the mom looks outside and goes, it looks like an homage to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, they were doing it on purpose.
Uh-huh.
And the joke landed. Thank you.
Well, it's so funny.
Thank you.
Because like the pants, you know, like Jimmy's pants are obviously sentient. They're the main pants. They make plans. Like, I thought that was hilarious when all the pants are inside in lines, and the main pants is using the inside out pants pockets as a pointer. And then they're like, oh, they're making plans, and then it just goes to them like being birds and landing on electrical lines.
Is this the plan, guys?
Yeah, like, oh, it's so stupid, but it works so well. Like,
I also love that the moment Hugh Neutron realized, oh my gosh, the pants are the enemy, he immediately starts interrogating his own.
That's my last note. It's just the pants interrogation by Hugh Gomat Neutron.
What did he expect to get out of it?
Well, he looking back at just thinking, oh man, give me a second.
I love that he's just like, where is the rebel base now? And it just cuts to a static shot of his pants tied to the chair. And there's no like audio or anything. You just see the pants. It's just like you can do so much even with limited animation. All they had to do was cut to the pants tied to the chair. And they're not even like tied well. It's like loose.
Well, I don't know why it's so funny to me, but like he talks about like you better talk, and he's like, but you can't,
'cause your pants.
Exactly.
I just love imagining him like tying it to the chair, and the pants put up literally no struggle. So he just like has to like he keeps like pulling them up because they keep falling down, and then he finally gets them in position, and then he starts interrogating. What did he expect to gain from this?
I'm crying. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Give me a second. I had a hard time breathing there for a second.
I haven't heard you laugh this hard in a while.
I'm crying.
Oh my god.
Just the thought of him taking his pants off and then putting them on the chair.
I like to think of him like going outside, and those same neighbors that he tried to convince to do a pantsless party with him, he just like starts like trying to pull them down and being like, "We need answers!"
Oh my gosh.
Jimbo, can you invent like a robotic lawyer to help me in this suit? I've been sued for pulling down pants all day, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm not kidding. We're gonna go into massive debt. Jimmy, this is why the gold under the house is always needing to be refilled.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why.
The pants can answer, right, Jimmy?
I don't know why it's so funny to see Hugh, just picturing Hugh, because we talked about how they cut away from animation stuff.
Yeah.
It's just so funny to fill in the blanks of how he went from enjoying no pants to interrogation. Oh, man, oh my gosh. Oh.
Well, because he was freed from the propaganda of having to wear pants all the time. He's just like, oh, I'm no longer under their control. Where's the rebel base now?
Oh, Sid. Oh, that's
your pie's ready.
Pie? No. Okay, when she's trying to get his attention because he's trying to get his neighbors to take off their pants, she says pie, and he's like, oh, okay. He is just the.
It's always on his mind.
Hugh Gomat Neutron is I love him so much on a different level than I love Carl.
Yeah, I think Hugh and Carl are obviously the standout. Honestly, Jimmy is kind of like the only straight man in the show other than his mom.
Okay,
maybe Cindy, but Cindy's manic.
Yeah, she is, but she's also not such a big part of the show right now. But okay, before you answer, think of this, okay? Before you give an answer, I want you to think about what I say, okay? Promise?
Okay. Promise.
Jimmy kind of sucks. Just like as a person.
I mean, look at his hair.
No, I'm talking about his personality.
Oh, like yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, what personality do you have to go to wake up and choose the feces fade every morning?
That's a very good point. Just like, I like Jimmy. He's a decent protagonist because he has lots to learn, you know. And you're right, he is a straight man. But like, out of like, the title character is not the best character of the show.
I don't know. I do like how ambitious and his lack of foresight makes for such interesting scenarios that I think the show couldn't have worked without him. Which is why Planet Sheen is a truly horrible show that we have never seen and will never talk about ever again.
I'm excited to watch that with you and talk about it. I'm
not.
we need to watch Planet Sheen and talk about it, or at least do watch the whole thing and then do one long episode just talking about it.
We're gonna need that whole time because the show sucks so bad. That's the
Anyway,
our notes are gonna be like a single page long after the whole show.
Okay, we'll get to that, but just I like what you said about his lack of foresight, because I think that actually makes like a really good character flaw. Because it's like
he's a kid. He's like, exactly. I'm gonna eat all the candy in the world, and then like if you actually let a kid do that, they get a tummy ache and it sucks.
Exactly.
Jimmy just happens to take that one step further.
With, well, I mean, it's his hubris is like just, everything. He's like, I don't want to put my pants. Oh, I don't want to like do all this. Like, oh, let's just, instead of getting Sheen to actually do years of study and to learn and all those things, let's just like trade brains,
Yeah, just give him some extra brain. Oh,
exactly.
That's time.
Okay. Well, final thoughts.
Thank you. Yeah, final thought. Hit me.
Oh no, I'm asking you.
Oh, Jimmy's voice actor also voiced the Ultra Lord in this episode.
Oh, really?
Yes,
yeah.
I looked at the credits afterward.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. She really is.
She's really good at giving Jimmy the personality. Like I think I don't remember where I heard it, but something along the lines of a cartoon character is their voice, and I think she does an excellent job. We'll have to look her up, and we'll talk about her next time. But that's time, my friend.
Okay, my one final thought is, I think this is I think it's a really good first episode. It's not a pilot. It's not like all that stuff. It is just throws you right in the action. Good episode. Yeah. Very funny.
And it's a full episode too, because I think almost every other part of the season, with like one exception, are like 15-minute episodes, not like a full 22. Yeah. And I'm glad that they started the whole thing off on like a full episode, especially considering like if this is your very first episode you're seeing after the movie, they do a lot of things to kind of tie into the movie. The soundtrack is pretty similar. They use the Jimmy song, like they use a bunch of good stuff. Yeah. No, I loved it. I thought it was a great episode. Thought it was a good start to the show. It's pretty high quality. Yeah. I like truly the character. Excellent. I like some of the character redesigns, like Cindy's. Like she has a very classic design. She wears a ponytail instead of twin tails now. She's grown out of it. Exactly. I like that she still does kung fu like she did in the movie, or Tai Chi, whatever. Right. But I thought it was great. And my favorite thing from this episode was Hugh interrogating the pants, and the massive laugh attack that I had from talking to you about it. And on the next episode of Rustling Jimmy's, we'll be talking about the episode Normal Boy and possibly Birth of a Salesman. Oh my gosh. And I'm excited for both. Should we talk about half episodes, like all in like a single session? I think so, yeah. Okay. We'll talk about both episodes next. Yeah. I'm a particular fan of Birth of a Salesman. That one's always been stuck in my memory. Normal Boy, very good. Okay, you send us off. All right. We love you all. The Primo Bros are here for you, but not specifically you, because I mean, who has that kind of time, right? Come on, Dave, get off the high horse, dude. Come on, jeez. Dave, Jonathan Jones, we know you're listening. If you hear this right now, come outside. Your mother is worried. And she really thinks you need to give up on the whole marriage to it's just not cool, man. What? It's not cool. She's a I'm cutting this. Yeah, cut this off. Okay. And then but what is the way that we say that we end the episode? How should we end the episode? No, remember? Sure. Oh, right. I'm Paul.